morning. We're pleased to have you join us today on Signature Morning on Signature TV. The week is slowly winding down. Today is Thursday, the 16th day of October 2025. It's a pleasure to have you join us this morning. Lillian, good morning.
Good morning to you, Uche. What's trending?
First of all, I'd like to point out that we've been having quite dull and cold and rainy mornings here in Enugu.
Yeah.
Well, it's a busy day in Nigeria's political space. I mean, we're seeing that the Senate is yet to confirm President Tinubu's nominee, Joash Amopiton, yes, as the new INEC chairman.
Yes, well, all eyes are on the Senate and, on Amopiton. Well, hoping that the screening goes well. Well, he is a presidential candidate, so there is no, I don't think there will be any lapses.
Well, we hope so. We hope so. And we're seeing that the wave of defections is still moving on, even in Bielsa. We're seeing that the state governor has defected as well to the APC.
Well, I think it is still a speculation because he resigned from PDP and is yet to make an official announcement that he is defecting officially to APC.
Well, all eyes are on him. Let's see what he does next, if he moves to the APC or not. Yes. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. I am Uchenna Chimdi Oluoha.
And I am Lillian Wali. We'll go on a short break. Welcome back. You're still watching Signature Morning on Signature TV. Now we're going to kick it off with our newspaper headlines and review. And we would start with the Punch newspaper. On the headlines, Hurricane Tinubu. Mass defections ignite one-party state fears. Atiku Obi kick as Tinubu tightens grip on South with governor's defection. APC awaits Diri, Oti, Kefas, Mofwang.
Jonathan slams successor for abandoning Bielsa project, and presidential jet still unsold 4 months after listing.
Inflation drops to 18.02% in 6 months streak, and Senate screens new INEC chair Amopiton today.
Lagos rejects National Assembly Central Gaming Bill, and House probes $35 million modular refinery project.
4 arraigned over murder of Osun local government chair.
On the Vanguard newspaper, Obi Dixon, ADC, rail against spate of defections to APC. Nobody can capture Southeast with defections, says Peter Obi. Tinubu's one-party state unfolding, ADC. I remain firmly with PDP, Dixon. 3 more PDP governors will soon resign, says Fayose. All of this on page 30.
And also on the Vanguard newspaper, we're seeing suicide, reps move to ban hazardous pesticide. Vanguard Summit assembles panel to deliberate on suicide crisis. 70% of suicides in Nigeria linked to ingestion of toxic pesticides, say lawmakers, and speakers panelists emerge for summit.
Still on defections, by 2026, Nigeria will have 30 APC-controlled states, says Information Minister Idris.
We won't negotiate with bandits, says Katsina Governor Rather. And Bayelsa Governor Diri, Speaker, other lawmakers quit PDP.
On page 19, inflation rate slows, first time in 3 years, to 18.02%. And on page 33, Nigeria risks chaos over rising violence. Sultan, Muslim leaders warn.
And on the Guardian newspaper, Obi Articles 2027 bids wobble as defections, internal strife rock LP, PDP, and that's on page 6.
Wike mocks defectors as Diri dumps PDP with 21 Bielsa lawmakers.
Senate screens Amopiton as INEC chairman today, and Katsina government not part of community's negotiation with bandits, says Rather.
Nigeria's revenue to output ratio may drop to 9.2% by 2030, IMF warns. And stakeholders welcome easing inflation, worry about cost of living crisis.
And reps probe $35 million brass modular refinery project. And Tom Polo contributes 10 billion naira to Delta Security Trust Fund.
On the Nation newspaper, we have NERC approves 28 billion naira for discos to provide meters.
Lokbobiri, Wike, others, okay, there is exit from PDP. Deputy Governor yet to decide, Dixon, Obi kick, and PDP State Chairman endorse convention.
Edu spotted in high spirits at London Gallery booth, and UBA to unveil white paper on Africa's financial infrastructure. NERC approves 28 billion naira for discos to provide meters and new investments to add 600,000 BPD 2.0B gas daily. All right, on page 5, we have 5,000 teachers get employment letters in Edo. And we have on page 3, stable Naira, food price crash, drop inflation to 18.02%.
Well, that is the much we can take this morning on all the headlines from all the newspapers. But with us in the studio, as usual, for our review is our expert analyst. Good morning, Chris Maduka.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Lillian. Good morning, Uche. Good morning, the people of the world. Wherever you are joining us to watch us this morning. In this today's edition of Newspaper Review on your dialing station, Signature TV. I want to welcome you again and give glory to Almighty God. Let's go.
Let's go. So, mass defections ignite one-party state fears.
Yes, the way people are defecting, on this seat, one time, I think it was Charles that was sitting where you guys were sitting. And I said everybody will defect. I told Charles that even you, I don't trust when you defect. That even me talking then could not trust myself because the girl, they're calling it different names, say girl of defection, mass defection, fear of defection, Tinubu hurricane, Tinubu Catherine, whatever name, erosion, menace, Tinubu flood, whatever name they're giving it. I know that for APC, it's wonderful, it's good, they are enjoying the hall. But along the line when this madness started, because I describe it as political madness, the political structure, the democratic structure of Nigeria will not remain the same if what is happening in recent times continue in the recent future. Just let's watch it. In the Vanguard newspaper, a sitting minister of information of Federal Republic of Nigeria said, by 2026, Nigeria will have 30 APC control states. These are what people are projecting and pushing it because it sounds well for them. They are not looking at what is Nigeria going to be when these things happen. To whose advantage? To the advantage of politicians who will sit back and have one president with all the political parties in Nigeria merged under him. And then, whatever they do at National Assembly will become the slogan. Because what it means is those who support, they say I, with 30 states out of 36 plus 1, that's Abuja, under APC control. What will Nigeria be? Nigeria will become those who support, say I. So Nigeria will become I nation. And I've not seen anywhere in the world where any I nation make progress. The funniest thing is that we have left development, pursuing the welfare of the masses, and we have concentrated on political consolidation and defections. 2 years and 2 months or 3 months into this first tenure of the President Tinubu, and it sounds well to everybody who want to sound politically correct. I am reviewing whatever I'm saying does not even shake the politicians who have cocooned themselves in Abuja. They do not care how what they're doing will affect the masses. But it's okay. It's okay. I wish them good luck. But the fear of one-party state of Nigeria is now rife. And it didn't start today. They see it moving towards that. Is that the best thing for Nigeria? If all of us as Nigerians have looked at it and felt it's the best thing for Nigeria, who am I? I will submit. But the democracy, the beauty of democracy is that at least I have opportunity of sitting here, voicing my opinion, that I don't think is the best. I need to be convinced that that is the best for Nigeria. So let's move on.
Yeah.
We're seeing that still on the Vanguard, that reps move to ban hazardous pesticides. Deliberate on suicide crisis. Apparently, 70% of suicides in Nigeria are linked to ingestion of toxic pesticides.
The reps should go and ban those. I will be short of calling names because it's a common thing. Almost all the people who have committed suicide in Nigeria in the last 5 years have used pesticide, poisonous pesticide, imported into Nigeria to commit suicide. It's one thing to ban pesticide that people are using to commit suicide. Have the reps banned what is pushing people to commit suicide?
Right.
The reps are the people who support our decision and making Nigerians go into mass suicide. And what they think is that when you ban sniper and all those poisonous things they used to kill weeds in the bush, then suicide will stop. They are liars and they are deceiving themselves. Let them pursue the substance and leave the shadow. Make the life of Nigerians better and suicide will stop. Hardship and hunger for how long? 8 years of Buhari, 2 years of Tinubu, and nothing yet in sight to stop it every day. They go front and back with the fuel price. The reps are there. They didn't say anything. When they ban sniper and what is the pesticide, what are the names? Then suicide will stop in Nigeria. How wicked are they? Insensitive. It's going to sit down, they record in the cozy seats in National Assembly, and you ban, and then suicide will stop. They could not ban 29 million they earn every month and spread the money. They did not get their constituency money they give them, and they swallow it to go to their local governments and their constituencies to say, please do not commit suicide. How many of them have endorsed NGOs who are moving to mobilize and create awareness and counsel people to not, suicide is not the best? What are they doing in Nigeria to stop the youth? The politics is coming. All they are talking about defection, connection, where are the youth? Where when they finish, they will go and settle them with cocaine and drugs and guns as thugs. And when they finish, they recoil back in Abuja and believe that those youth will not commit suicide. How wicked are they? So, go ahead, ban all this. But they are not banning, because these pesticides were supposed to be used by farmers to kill weeds. They are not banning insecurity that has stopped farmers from going to the farms, from old women who are going to plant cassava for sustenance. They will be killed and raped. The reps, they call themselves reps, are not banning that. God bless Nigerian reps. They have so many things to ban. They first of all ban hunger and hardship and reduce cost of governance. They go into their stomach and look at the 240 million Nigerians to stop, to reduce. That is a way of, because even if we are in El Dorado, they won't stop people who have suicidal tendencies. But we are people who, if 90% of what push people to suicide is hardship and hunger in Nigeria, they cannot move around the street without being kidnapped or killed. They cannot sustain, they can't send their children to school because the high cost of education is there. They can't go to market and buy a wa and agbado to eat. Those simple things. They can't live in a house. They are Nigerians, and this is a country where God has blessed so much that if they commit 1/10 of the money that Nigeria make to the welfare of masses, there will be no, at least suicide will reduce by 90%. There's recoil. The little security we have to guide us, they put it for themselves. One of those reps who will retinue, the driver is a security, SSS, DSS, police, everything that we have to protect the masses, they have pushed it on themselves and used, cocoon themselves there. They are sitting there and telling us Oyibo. But we are listening. Why am I saying what I'm saying? I'm a loud-mouthed native doctor. I don't do juju for criminals. So whoever, why I'm saying this is that let them take note. 90% of what I predicted on this seat is happening in this country. Let them be careful, because it will get to a point where people say, hey, I no agree. Nothing, no bomb will stop the people. When they get to the point, somebody won't commit suicide. You say you shouldn't commit suicide. You abandon the chemicals you can use to commit easy suicide and go. So what will he do? He will look for who to kill, so that they will be killed. So if you want to stop fights, first stop push. Because once I push you, Uche, and somebody will say I'm separating fight, it's not fair. So let the reps stop the fight before push enter. It's a warning. And I've been old enough in this country to put such warning. But that's democracy. You are free to take my advice or whatever. But when the thing happens, we do not say I tell you. Because a good friend will say, but I told you. A bad friend will say, Uche, I forgot to tell you. Lillian, I was thinking about this yesterday. That's it. Ezigbo oyibo. Okwa agwa nga agwa. Ajo oyibo. Akama agwa gi. Let's move on.
All right. Now, I'm seeing part of our conversation this morning on Signature Morning on the headlines. Senate screens Amopitong as INEC chairman today. Okay,
yeah. Amopito, Josh Amopito, the professor, who has been 17 years in Jos, University of Jos, political science department, is administration or whatever, has been nominated for. There are a lot of side talks. Some people unconfirmed reports said he was among the people, the lawyers, the team of lawyers who were, brought in to defend Tinubu in the electoral panel or something, and that one. But that's by the way. Somebody must be somewhere, must have something to do. It doesn't stop anything. I'm not seeing it as anything. What I'm concerned is still about the people. And I ask Nigerians, if the first child did not crawl or walk, will the second one run? If the foundation is bad, won't the righteous suffer? I don't know which holy book you use. I read Bible. This last one I use from the Bible. What foundation will Amopito, if it is confirmed today, because we are just talking about it, Amopito is our next year. Lillian said his presidential candidate. I was laughing when I was hearing that one. That's the obvious truth. He will only go there as usual with Amopito who have a good CV and has a classmate where he's coming from. Passing through Senate, he will only take a bow. People who are corrupt, who have fake certificates, have taken bow in National Assembly. So somebody like Professor who know, at least he has classmates, we go there and take. So the same Senate is where he's going to take a bow. So this is not our concern, taking bow or this. This is not. The concern of Nigerians is how will Amupito, Omo Amupito, Josh, how will he traverse, go through transparency, accountability, integrity that is required of INEC when they know that he who pays the piper dictates the tone. And Constitution of Nigeria did actually clearly state that the president appoints and the National Assembly of National Assembly of Nigeria will screen. The result is obvious. And so we are not even there. What we are talking about, the tax president, how can you give somebody, you know, that's what they give, I like that, that's the one kind of clothes they give madmen who are violent in the psychiatric homes. They call it straight jacket. So when they give you a straight jacket, you remain in that permanent position. You wouldn't shift, even no matter how violent you are. I don't know whether they make that straight jacket with iron or metal, I don't know. But that is creativity of having to. You brought one guy that was doing his own career, professional, educational career, whether he's making it or not, they carry him and said, I appoint you as INEC chair. And the second leg of Nigerians and said they expect him to do what? We as Nigerians are fond of, I keep saying it here, of telling ourselves lies and hoping that we will succeed. How can? So if this is where people are calling for constitutional review, we have been here for how many years? Every year, Senate will come to Enugu, where we are, to do constitutional review. They will call a big event, they will chop and spend money, go. Few weeks after, Federal House of Reps will come, do the same thing, call them and go. What people have been telling them is part of this constitutional review, to review how INEC chairman is appointed in Nigeria, to see whether the independent in their name, in their acronym should be activated. But they refuse. They will just keep that independent at bay and appoint NEC.
All right, Chris, let's move on to this issue. Nigeria risks chaos over rising violence. This is coming from the Sultan and Muslim leaders. They are warning that Nigeria risks chaos.
The Muslim leaders are right to warn. But that's one thing we have to say. Where is the violence coming from? Let us be very sincere. It's easy for the Muslim leaders to warn about violence. I'm sorry. They know the source of the violence. Who are they warning? Is it president that are warning? We know if they want to warn president, they know what to do. If they want the security agencies of Nigeria, that's warning. What is the cause of violence in Nigeria? Who is causing it? The leaders of the Muslim group, they know. The leaders of the Christian groups may have an idea. The security forces and the agencies of Nigeria know, and they know. A governor of the sitting governor come out and said 90% of people who are causing this trouble are living in his state, and they know them. They don't even know their houses. One other one in Southeast Nigeria said 90% of violence in his state is caused by his own people, meaning that he has information. Because at the level of being a governor or president, you are the chief security officer of that community, and you know, you get information of security, so they know. Even as Sultan, his position, he gets information from DSS and all the security agencies, so they know. Who are they warning? You know the cause of insecurity and violence, and you are warning who? So let them call for a group meeting for everybody involved and tell themselves the truth. Nigerians, we are telling ourselves lies, and we throw away and go at the back and ask who throw this is. How can you throw stone into a market and you run into the market and start who throws stone? They know. The leaders of Nigeria in every level know the cause of violence and terror and terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. Everything that is making us to be insecure, they know. What they don't tell us whether they know is what to do. But let them not deny the fact they don't. So there's no need to blame another man. Like Sonny Neji said, well, if my maize I planted in my farm did not grow, I'll blame my neighbor. Nigerians are good at throw blame. But they all can come together and share from the blame and take action. Confusing the masses of Nigeria with all these political talks cannot solve our Nigerian problem. For as far as I'm concerned, I can sit here and be one and one A, one B, one C. When the problem is there, we are not touching it. So warning is not what will solve our problem. It's political will to solve and begin to act. And I think some of these leaders that have said this about the violence in Nigeria know that they have power to contribute to solve it.
All right, Chris Maduka.
Yes, that's my name.
It's that time.
Oh, it's time already.
Time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Why is it that it's always Lillian that is always calling for that time? Well, Lillian, I know you now as a grown-up
Accurate
angel.
timekeeper.
The grown-up angel who keeps time and reminds us. So God bless all of us. God bless those who have joined us this morning watching, and keep being a friend of Signature TV. Don't go away. Remember, my grown-up angels and all the crew of Signature TV, we say, God bless all of us. But I add the snag and that tagline. Remember, God blessings are for those who deserve to be blessed.
Yes. Right. Thank you so much, Chris Maduka, for coming to the studio for that review. And now we will take a moment. When we return, Signature Morning continues.